Good day, grade 10 students. Our topic for today is all about the Visayan churches. When it comes to history, the Philippines is rich of them. From before the Spanish colonized the country to the nation's independence, there are a lot of interesting and fascinating stories to tell. It explains how certain things have come to where they currently are. And those things includes our Visayan churches. Now, take your seatbelt and let's tour these following churches.
Learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you must have first, explain the history of the selected Visayan churches. Second, identify the different churches in Visayas. And last, showed appreciation to the importance of the Visayan churches.
Learning competencies. Analyze art elements and principles in the production of work following a specific art style from the various art movements. Identify distinct characteristics of art from various art movements. Apply the different media techniques and processes to communicate ideas, experiences, and stories, showing the characteristics of the 21st century. Example, the use of graphic software like Photoshop, InDesign, etc.
To start our lesson, we have prepared 6 different and well-known churches found in the Visayas region in our country. Are you ready? Let's find out!
First, we have the San Sebastian Cathedral that can be found in records. San Sebastian Cathedral's story in Bacolod is no exemption. This cathedral has been built centuries ago and has seen many of the Philippines' conflicts. And how has this cathedral made of cobblestone come to be? According to some sources, early Christian missionaries during the 1700s placed a small village inhabited by Malayans called Magsungay under the protection of Saint Sebastian. After many years, this village would be later known as San Sebastian de Magsungay. It would then be put under the governance of the village's first Gobernadorcillo, Bernardo de los Santos. In its Wikipedia article, it further states that due to widespread Moro pirate attacks, the people of Magsungay moved to a new settlement upon the hilly terrain called Bacolod, the precursor of the modern-day city of Bacolod. In 1806, Father Leon Pedro was appointed as its first parish priest. Years later, Father Gonzaga, a young priest from Barcelona, would envision the construction of the San Sebastian Church. The cathedral itself was built using coral stone from neighboring island, the Guimaras, and hardwood from the Palawan. These materials have survived until now. At night, the place is illuminated, making it to the spectacular sight.
Next is Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception Parish Church. The parish church was established by Spanish colonizers and friars during the colonization and evangelization of Batang or Batan and the Philippine archipelago on December 8, 1702. Hence considered to be one of the oldest churches in the province. Nuestra Señora de Inmaculada Concepcion was enthroned and venerated in the Church of Batang in honor of His Majesty King of Spain. Church celebrated its quadricentennial or 400 years of parish existence in 2002. It is located in Batan, Aklan, Western Visayas, Philippines.
For the next Visayan church, let's talk about the Santa Monica Church. The original structure of Santa Monica Church in Panay, Capiz was built in 1774 by Father Miguel Murguia. However, it was heavily damaged by a typhoon that struck the province last January 17, 1875. The church was rebuilt in 1884 under the supervision of Fray Jose Veloso, OSA. The church stands until today. By virtue of the National Historical Institute Resolution No. 3, the church was declared as a National Historical Landmark in 1997. And on July 31, 2001, Santa Monica Church was declared as a National Cultural Treasure by the National Museum. The church walls and pillars are made of coral stones and decorated with arch and antiquated windows and column carvings of European origin. The statues of Saint Thomas, Saint Augustine, and Saint Monica flank on the wall crannies. Santa Monica is also the home of Dakong Linganay, which literally means Big Bell. Dakong Linganay is the biggest of its kind in Asia, which was made out of 70 sacks of coins donated by the town folks. Fray Veloso, who at the time was the parish priest of Panay, commissioned Don Juan Reyena to cast the bell. The bell measures 7 feet in diameter, 5 feet in height, and weighed 10.4 tons or 20,000 pounds. The original Dakong Linganay is located in the church's 5-story belfry, while the replica was displayed beside the Museo de Santa Monica, also situated within the church compound.
Up next is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Our Lord's Transfiguration. The Metropolitan Cathedral of the Lord's Transfiguration, also known as the Palo Metropolitan Cathedral or simply Palo Cathedral, is a Roman Catholic church located at Palo, Leyte in the Philippines, belonging to the Vicariate of Palo under the Metropolitan Archdiocese. Also known as Palo Cathedral, a gigantic and elegant church built in the year 1596 by the Jesuits, which became the residence for some time. In the year 1768, it was administered by Augustinian, which was afterwards administered by Franciscans in the year 1843. In 1850, the church repaired with the supervision of Father Agustin de Consaguera, who oversaw the construction of the 2 towers of the church. The church was declared a cathedral on March 25, 1938, with Messenger Manuel Mascareñas as its first bishop. The Palo Cathedral is not only a religious landmark, but also a significant historical edifice. During the Second World War, the church serves as the hospital for the wounded from October 1944 until 1945. In 2015, Palo Cathedral was declared as one of the pilgrim churches of the Archdiocese by Archbishop John F. Du. The facade of the Metropolitan Cathedral of Our Lord's Transfiguration, or simply the Palo Cathedral, is imposing, reminiscent of DC Comics' large Gothic buildings of Gotham City, complete with spotlights and huge trees and flying bats.
And now, let's proceed to the Miagao Church. The Miagao Church is also known as Santo Tomas de Villanueva Parish Church, is a Roman Catholic church located in Miagao, Iloilo, Philippines. The church was declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site on December 11, 1993, together with the San Agustin Church in Manila, the Nuestra Señora de la Asunción in Santa Maria, Ilocos Sur, and the San Agustin Church in Paway, Ilocos Norte, under the collective title of the Baroque Churches in the Philippines. Miagao was formerly a visita, a locality served by a visiting priest of Oton until 1580, Tigbawan until 1592, San Joaquin until 1703, and Gimbal until 1731. It became an independent parish of Augustinians in 1731 under the advocacy of Saint Thomas of Villanova. With the establishment of the parish, a church and convent was built on land near the sea called Ubos. Father Fernando Camporedondo served as the town's first parish priest in 1734. When the town experienced frequent Moro invasion in 1741 and 1754, the town moved to a more secure place. From there, a new church was constructed in 1787 through forced labor under the supervision of Fray Francisco Gonzalez, parish priest, and the Spanish governor Silio Domingo Libuon. So, it was built on the highest point of the town to guard from the invaders called Tacas. After 10 years, the church was completed in 1797. It was designed with thick walls to serve as protection from the invaders. It was severely damaged during the Spanish Revolution in 1898 but was later rebuilt. The fire in 1910, the Second World War and earthquake in 1948. The present Mayagaw Church is the third church built since its establishment in 1731. To preserve the church, it underwent restoration in 1960 and it was completed in 1962. It has been declared a national shrine through Presidential Decree No. 260. The church overall architectural style falls under the Baroque Romanesque architectural style. Its ochre color is due to the materials used in constructing the church, such as adobe, egg, coral, and limestone.
As you can see in the picture, first thing that comes in your mind is that it is a castle where the kings, the queens, the princesses, and the prince residing at. But in fact, it is a church. Many mistakenly see or say that it is really a castle because of its astonishing castle structure and architecture. And this church is called the Simala Shrine. The Simala Shrine is located in Sibunga, Cebu City. It has many well-known names aside from the Simala Shrine. It is called such as Simala Parish Church, Simala Church, Mother Mary Castle Church, Mama Mary Shrine of Simala, Berhen sa Simala, and Miraculous Church of Mama Mary. Meanwhile, even though the real name of this church is the Monastery of Holy Eucharist, and it was built in 1998 by the Marian monks of Pampanga. And this church used to be an ordinary church until after of miraculous events, one of which is the shedding of tears of the Mother Mary's image, and it happens every month of September.
For today's activity, we will learn how to transform an ordinary artwork into a digital artwork. By using the BeFunky application, I will show you the step-by-step instructions on how to edit your photo from an ordinary artwork into a digitalized masterpiece. Ready? Let's go! First, download the BeFunky application in any available digital devices like your laptop, PCs, tablets, or cell phones. After downloading the application, open the BeFunky application in your chosen digital devices. As you open the application, click and select Edit a Photo. Click the Open tab above your screen to select or open a photo or a project to get started. Then, click the Computer tab. Now, select and click your downloaded photo in your desktop. Next, click the Open tab. Now you can see your pre-downloaded photo pasted in your screen. To edit your photo, click the toolbar at the side of your screen. There you can see several lists or choices to be used in editing your photo. Now, click the tab Artsy. There, you can see several lists or choices to be used in editing your photo. Now, select the Impressionist button as your choice. Under the Impressionist tab, there are several filters to be used in editing your photo. For example, we will use the filter Impressionist DLX3. At this moment, you can see the symbol or sign as your photo is under the process of editing. Just wait for a few seconds. Tada! Your photo is now edited in an Impressionist style. Love it? Now let's take a closer look in this transformed digital artwork. To save your digital artwork, click the Save button above your screen. Save your digital artwork as image in your computer file or screenshot the screen of your laptop to save your photo. And now we're done in transforming an ordinary artwork into a digitalized masterpiece. Now, it's your turn. Good luck!
For today's activity, you will discover a lot of things about maximizing yourself and engaging technology in this activity. The activity is about transforming an original artwork into a digitalized piece using a photo editor application called VISAYAN. Just like how we have discussed earlier in our lesson proper, the instruction on how to do it. So, what are the instructions for today's output? First, download a photo or a picture of one of the VISAYAN church that attracts you the most in our topic. 2. Transform, edit, or change the appearance of your chosen church's photo using a VISAYAN application and any digital devices available. 3. Screenshot your finished output and label it with your name. And 4. Submit your output in our Google Classroom.
Flashing in your screen is our rubrics for the activity. Good luck! Here's your art teacher, namely yours truly, Gianludo Pimontero, together with Janet Rose Olido, Donna May Sangrones, Jonaline Halanduon, Elsie Orozco, and Buenvenido Galila. We hope you've learned so much in your lesson today. Thank you, class. See ya and keep safe.